There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Cracking Porcelain. I need to come up with a good name for you, Gary, in relation to the 90s. Of course, G-Man is a classic name. The top G, but... Bro, I'm desperately trying to find something that is... Do you call it alliteration? Is that when you like start the same words with like the same start or something? Use the same letters. And I came across so many shit names. Because my man Gary likes the 90s, or at least as far as what he's put forth to me. We've been enjoying a lot of good 90s music together. This is no different. And I came up with the 90s Nympho. How shit is that? Don't worry, Gary. I'm not gonna pin that one on you, mate. I'm not gonna pin that one on you. And then I came to the 90s Nephilim. What's a Nephilim, you may ask? Bruh. Some esoteric ancestral giants that once walked the earth or something like that. I don't know. You tell me. And then I came across the 90s Nesbit, because in the film The Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear like wears a lady's hat and calls himself Mrs. Nesbit or something. There you go. 3 of the worst monikers we could have attached. I will come up with something, guys. I will come up with something. This one, She's Leaving Town, track number 4 of 13. If you're joining me just now, I am completely sober. Can you believe it? Let's jump in. Are we going to come in on a slow tempo or an upbeat tempo? That's what I'm wondering. I knew this girl. She came into my world. I loved her now. Bro, we were talking about top tier punk ska records across all 3, arguably 4 if you count Streetlight, waves of ska music. I'm gonna put Losing Streak up there. I'm gonna put Less Than Jake Losing Streak up there. I'll give it an 8 as opposed to a 9, because there's a lot of material. It doesn't all hit. But the sound of that record, oh my God, it got me nostalgic for a time I never experienced. She came into my world, I loved her now, but she's leaving. Whoa. Whoa. This sounds like Simmerip. Sounds like Simmerip. I used to say I wouldn't care if she went away, but now things have changed. My thoughts been rearranged. Leaving. Bruh, speaking of Simmerip, we're talking ska tonight. Skinhead Moonstomp, arguably one of the best songs of all time. Bring back the Skins. I've been thinking about shaving my head, you know. I might have to do it. Whoa. Pick it up, pick it up. And I remember when she used to walk downtown with the long, long legs and a cow falling all around. It's been so long, girl, but your love had set me free. And I remember when I saw you. This is a favourite on the album, just based on the view count. Don't blame the people. This is a good number. This is a good number. Coming out. Yep, yep. You know what? I'm not gonna give you a title, Gary. What I'm gonna. If hopefully I can remember this. The albums I listened to that are recommended by yourself, given that they're 90s records, I'm gonna call the album listing segment a nod to the 90s. I'll say. I'll come wearing a suit and tie. I'll put it forth like Parkinson. Talk show host. And I'll say a nod to the 90s. I'll have a nice whiskey. Smoke a cigar. Devoted to Gary. A nod to the 90s. Tonight we're listening to the Mudsharks with their fantastic, phenomenal new album, Cracking Porcelain. Little bit of dub, eh? All right. Not the best bass break I've heard.
She's leaving town, you know she's gone away. There was nothing in this town for her, that girl
Yep.
would say. Don't be sad, my friend, it's better off this way. You know, I believe it, girl, but I still feel so much pain. It's been so long, girl, but your love is set.
Right, as far as white dudes performing black music, I think white dudes did a pretty flipping good job on ska music. I think they did a good job on ska music. I'm not going to lie to you. The moment the British got involved, bro, I think the genre got... I think we might have stolen the genre, to be honest. I'll be real with you. When Two-Tone Revolution came in, it was a fair fight. But then when the third wave came in the 90s, oh, it was over. It was over. And you know what? I'm gonna give you a conspiracy here. I've not come across this apart from my own perspective, and I think, you know what, that makes complete sense to me. In England, in the 80s, when Two-Tone Records were putting out bands that were promoting racial unity and harmony, of course it's two-tone, black and white, you know, black, white, unite, don't fight, do the dog. All you punks and all you Teds, National Front and Natty Dreads. They were doing too much. They were creating too much unity. This isn't what they want, i.e. them up above. They don't want to see the working class, black and white subcultures coming together. No. So what happened, in reference to Do the Dog, National Front, what better than to take the skinhead and use him as a symbol of racism and neo-Nazi? Hey! I've not heard anybody reference that. That's a personal idea I may have come up with. Given that maybe somebody wanted to cause a divide, you know, I'm only speaking historically. Not that the government really does that. They don't do that, by the way. They've never done that historically, ever. Like, the whole idea of divide and conquer was never a thing. I'm just making this up. I'm just saying, if it was a thing and we lived in Harry Potter land where everything's fiction, why wouldn't you turn a symbol of unity and working class cohesion into a symbol of hatred and divide? It would be good, wouldn't it? It'd be a good game to play. That's all I'm saying. What more needs to be said? Bruh, if you have a look at conspiracy theories on music as a whole, I mean, pop music is self-explanatory, but when you go down the generations, You know, the British invasion, the hippie movement, onwards and onwards and onwards. And you actually have a look at how manufactured everything was. And the politicised undercurrent and the social engineering that, hey, given that, you know, you pulled the strings, you could sort of orchestrate if you wanted to. It's just, you realise everything's a flipping lie, man. Everything is. I've got to talk less on this sort of stuff because obviously it's all nonsense. I don't really mean any of it. I'm disabled. Speaking about big moves, this is the first record I've listened to since, you know, the shooting in America of a particular political figure. How's that for traumatizing, huh? Putting that out in front of the world. That's crazy, right? Don't Cry coming up next.